Could a novel approach to neighborhood policing in Brooklyn become a model for the nation at large? In the Brooklyn neighborhood of Brownsville, NYPD are testing out a new kind of policing, allowing area residents to respond to low-level street crime. That effort being carried out alongside an organization called Brownsville In Violence Out, which deputizes civilians who live in the neighborhood. So here to help explain how this all works is Darien Scriven, Assistant Program Manager with Brownsville In Violence Out. Darien, thank you so much for your time here. Explain what Brownsville In Violence Out is and how it really came to be.
Brownsville In Violence Out is an anti-gun violence program based right here in Brownsville. It came to be started in Chicago a few years back. It was they believe that we believe that gun violence is like a disease, that it affects all of us, that if we don't do something to stop it now, that it will continue to affect all of us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, Darien, how do you convince people to respect this group's authority? Because that's such an important piece of it, right? Yes, it is.
Well, it's not as much to respect our authority, but it's the empathy that we understand that what's going on in the community. We're what we're called credible messengers. That means that we're people from the community that the people in the community know and respect. They've seen us go through our trials and tribulations and to come out on the other end looking better and doing better with our lives. And now we've come back to our community to do the same thing for other individuals. Each one teach one.
So has this been successful in your eyes?
Well, in my eyes, it has. You know, some people, sometimes they tell us that this is a thankless job, you know, that nobody will thank us but they don't see when a young man that you know cries, come to you and cry and say thank you, or a parent come to you and say, my kid is finishing school because of you, thank you. Or a young man that was in trouble or incarcerated or on his way to jail or in a gang or any of these things, and they come to you and they say, listen, you know, I don't know what I would have done if we didn't have somewhere to go. We make this a safe place where they can come, talk, have conversations, and meet with other kids their same age and doing the same thing that they're doing. Mm-hmm. And we mediate these conflicts.
Well, it's certainly needed. It's so great to hear that. Darien, are there any residents who maybe aren't so convinced that this is a good idea?
Well, you know, like everything else, it takes, you know, time. This program haven't been in process for a long time, but what I tell them is, lots of times I tell them that the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Yeah.
It's time that we try something new. It's time that we come in our own communities and talk to our own kids, our own individuals, and see if we can try to come up with something that'll stop the gun violence, to give them an opportunity to change their lives.
Absolutely. Last question. I don't have a lot of time, Darien, but how has this impacted the relationship with police in Brownsville? I mean, is it helping it? Is it hurting it? Or is it not really impacted it?
Well, I believe it's helping it because there's more opening. It's more open now with the officers in the community. They come out, they don't be in their uniform, but they come out. We have a BSA. They come out and they talk to the people now. They don't, it's not like they're on their own, like they're just the men in blue. They come and they talk to the community, talk to the kids in the community. They be a part of a lot of our events and things of that nature. And it's become, you know, it's built a bond with the community and us.
Well, Darien,
now, you know, yes.
Darien Scriven, Brownsville In Violence Out. We certainly wish you continued success with this program. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.